coral reef is one of the most biodiverse habitats on Earth. It receives a constant flow of nutrients thanks to the waves and the currents of the ocean. Almost 1/4 of all marine life congregates in these living structures. Thousands of species live and interact in this environment, sharing a limited space which they must defend every day from all kinds of threats. All the inhabitants of the reef are part of the feeding chain, and as such they eat or are eaten as part of the circle of life. Daily life on the reef is full of movement, colours, strange and surprising things. In some areas between reefs, near the coast, we find some sandy patches apparently empty, where we might think that life almost does not exist. Nothing could be further from reality. It takes only a short period of close and detailed observation to discover signs of a pulsating and thriving world under these quiet sands. It is in this landscape where one of the most strange and captivating stories between living beings happens: the symbiotic relationship between the goby fish and a shrimp. Both live together in a mutually rewarding relationship, helping each other, surviving in a hostile environment. The goby fish has excellent eyesight, whereas the shrimp is almost blind. Since the shrimp cannot trust its sight, it relies more on its sense of touch. It stays in constant communication with the goby by rubbing at least one of its antennae on the body of the fish. The goby fish keeps watch at the entrance to the burrow, and in exchange for that receives a serviced house, kept spotlessly clean, as well as a safe place to lay eggs. The shrimp excavates tirelessly in a compulsive way to improve the structure of their dwelling place, reinforcing the entrance with small bits of coral, shells and stones. This does not seem to be a fair relationship in terms of responsibility. The shrimp works non-stop to keep their burrow clean, while the fish merely keeps watch and actually, on many occasions, seems to get in the shrimp's way. How does the shrimp benefit from this relationship? As long as it is in contact with the fish, the shrimp knows there is no danger, so it can leave the tunnel to empty its load and continue its cleaning chores. When the goby fish detects a serious threat, it makes a particular movement with its tail that the shrimp recognizes immediately. Both retreat into their burrow straight away. If the fish detects a minor threat, it makes a series of movements with the intention of intimidating the enemy. It inflates its face and stands tall on its ventral fin, looking bigger than it actually is. The goby fish feeds on small morsels of food, which the current brings near its burrow. Sometimes it ventures away from the tunnel to look for extra food to bring home, leaving the shrimp inside. The shrimp maintains a small garden of algae in the surroundings of its tunnel. It visits the garden regularly to collect some food, which it can eat safely at home. One of the unsolved questions of this relationship is how do the goby fish and the shrimp meet? There are several studies on this, species, but none of them shed light on this aspect. Some researchers point out the possibility that the goby fish may be more likely to find a partner if it has 1, 2, or more shrimps in its burrow. There are still many unanswered questions about this symbiotic relationship.